welcome to the Tech Zone. My name is David. Today I'm very excited because in my hands I have the Oppo Reno 10x, and this is the international version. I have waited so long for this one, and finally in my hands. And the main purpose of waiting for the international version is that on the Chinese version you have a lockdown launcher, so you can't change the default launcher without doing a hack. And I have in the description below I have an instruction that you can follow how to remove the stock launcher and replace it with any launcher that you want, so from the Play Store. Otherwise, the second thing is the language support on the Chinese version. It's English, of course. English is the main language all over the world. But when selling this device, for example, in Sweden, the Swedish customers they prefer Swedish language. So that's the second reason that I've been waiting for the international version. The Chinese version, I think, was released should be released in May, but was postponed to June, at least a month after the first release date. So this international version, I think, was released maybe a month ago, but it's very hard to find a retailer that sells this the international version. I have been looking for a very long time to find the exact model for the international version, and I will put that also in the description, the version number that you have to look out for when buying this device. Most sellers they doesn't care. They are selling it like it was the international version, and even state that it was international or global version. But that only applies to the band, the 3-4G GSM bands that is in place on this device. So that doesn't really help so much. So, well, now it's time for an unboxing, and yeah, this will be interesting to see what's in the box. So let's get started. So you can see it's a short description here, at least on what to expect in the device. This is from the back side, of course. And you can see it's the Oppo Reno 10x version. And it's the 128GB model. So yeah, let's open this up. So you can see it's the 6GB version with 128GB of storage, and it also supports micro SD card, and that's one of the reasons that I want this device. What is this? Just some documentation. Here we have the phone itself. And here you can see 10 times hybrid zoom, ultra night mode, and the battery with the VOOC fast charge 3.0. So let's put that aside. So this is the case, and let's open up so you can see the back side, that I think will be very, very nice. It's some kind of material that doesn't pick up fingerprints, at least. So yeah, that's good. That's very good that they include a case in the box. And look at this. This is strange. It's a Swedish outlet, but yeah. And it's USB Type-C cable. It's a pair of headsets. The SIM eject tool. So let's move that aside. Let's slide it out. This is the jet black version, and it produces a nice color shift from different angles. The cameras are completely flush to the glass back, as you can see, and the design of the logo is the most beautiful I have ever seen. The camera setup varies very little from the P30 Pro, who also provide a time-of-flight lens. The main 48 megapixel camera has an f1.7 aperture, and it's joined by an 8 megapixel f2.2 aperture, and that's an ultra-wide lens. And it also has a 30 megapixel f3.0 telephoto lens. The telephoto lens has 5 times optical zoom and has the same periscope construction as the P30 Pro. What do you think about this design? It reminds of the P30 Pro, but with the camera centered. So on the right side we have the power button, and at the top a microphone and one of the stereo speakers. The second stereo speakers and the combined SIM card and micro SD slot are at the bottom, together with the second microphone. So you can see there the SIM card slot, it's flushed of course against the bottom. And a USB Type-C port also, of course. On the right side we have the volume buttons. So that's all. And you can see the dimensions and the weight compared to the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 above. So starting it up for the first time. Fast forwarding a bit here and choose the language and the network. And that's just some term of use. So checking for updates and signing into your Google account. And here you can choose to copy from old phone. Google services, of course, just accept the things that you find useful. And yeah, close to the end. So now the fingerprint reader, that will be interesting to see how sensitive it is, or how exact it is when in use. So this is the procedure for all fingerprint readers. So almost done. And here you see there are several applications that are ticked, so I just choose to not use those applications. So done. This is the home screen, as you can see, and it's set to store all the applications on the home screen, and that's the thing I don't like. And you can see you can remove all the ones that you don't need or don't use. And on the left side we have the Smart Assistant. That looks nice. I like to have that at the left side, just on the iPhone. I don't know good this one is, but yeah, it's nice anyway to have that shortcut. You can see there's no curves on the screen, so it's not like the Note 10 that has a curved screen. You can see here the comparison between the Note 10 and this device. It's smaller and has rounded corners. I prefer the sharp corners on the Note 10 because it's a Note device and it should have the maximum amount of screen. You can also see the borders are very small at the bezels, and if you check here you can see a major difference between them. It's 1 millimeter in difference, more or less. You can see the pop-up camera is a shark fin variant. Oppo have tried other versions before with the Oppo Find X. So what do you think about these two devices? Which one should you prefer? You can leave that in the comment section below if you like. It would be very interesting to know what you think about these kind of devices. Which one do you prefer and why? The Note have of course the feature that no one else has. It's a pen and it's useful many times. So that was all for this time. Thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe because I really need your support. So thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.